Herman's Todd Eaton was disgusted with the high cost of gasoline, so he did something about it. He figured out a way to hook up a pair of hydrogen fuel cells to his Jeep Wranglers. He tried it on 2 vehicles, and his gas mileage increased by more than 40% on both of them. And as Wayne Harvey updates us, he's still working on the perfect setup.
I was constantly blowing fuses. I went to a bus fuse rather than a regular inline fuse. It can handle the heat a lot more, and it's more of a direct connection rather than using wire to connect the cells to the electricity.
Now he's back to his original distilled water and baking soda mixture, but he's added 2 more cells.
I've gone to 4 cells. Instead, I've actually increased my gas mileage by another 6 miles per gallon. So I'm up in the upper 20s anyway for miles per gallon.
After our first story, Todd was inundated with requests for more information. He even had a mechanic from South Portland who wanted to see it for herself.
She came up to look at the vehicle. She went over some ideas with me. She wants me to come back down to connect up to all of her equipment because she thinks that this is the emissions are far better than what they used to be, and she wants to document that, and I'd like to have the documentation as well.
Everything he does, Todd documents on his website, EatonLab.net.
Over 2,000 hits on my website alone. From 30 different countries, just about every state in the United States. Some people have clicked onto the website. I like to keep track of it. I like to see who's out there looking, where they're looking from. The more information we put into one spot, then everybody can go to that one area to find out what they need to do and just have the best flow of information.
Todd's ultimate goal is to cut his home heating costs by finding a way to integrate this technology with his furnace or a propane generator for electricity.
Anything with an engine, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at and see how I can incorporate these cells with that.
Wayne Harvey, WABI, TV5 News.
Well, for many of us, the rising costs at the gas pumps has our budget stretched to the limit and wondering what we can do about it. Well, one person in Herman has stopped wondering and started acting. And as Wayne Harvey shows us, he's getting pretty impressive results.
Todd Eaton was getting 15 miles per gallon with his 6-cylinder Jeep Wrangler. Now he's getting 22 miles per gallon. It happened after he put a pair of hydrogen cells under the hood.
What it does is it lets the petroleum burn more efficiently. Increases it almost by half. You could get up to 75% to 80% efficiency.
He's experimented on 2 Jeeps, and both increased their fuel economy by more than 40%. It took a lot of research and some errors to get everything just right.
Electricity is fed into positive plates, and electricity is fed into negative plates. And from there you get a chemical reaction. The water's actually, the hydrogen and the oxygen is separated from the water and bubbles to the surface.
The only byproduct after the hydrogen gas is put into the engine cylinders is water, and that comes out of the exhaust. Eaton had his in place during this winter, and even when the water in the cells did freeze, it wasn't an issue.
Just turning the key and letting the cells warm themselves up, it went ahead and melted the ice and then worked as normal.
Todd has bigger plans for his hydrogen cells.
With the vehicles, it's just a hobby for me. My big picture is how can I incorporate this with my house? How can I incorporate this into lowering my heating costs and possibly my electrical bill?
It's an answer that a lot of people are looking for. Wayne Harvey, WABI, TV5 News, Herman.